Hello traders, John at StockBookie.com. Today we're looking at NVIDIA, AMD, and Tesla. We follow the daily, weekly, monthly time frames. We use technical analysis here at StockBookie.com. If you like these videos, go to my website, sign up, it's free, or click down here in the bottom right hand corner and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Traders, if you're looking for a new broker, check out cobratrading.com/promo/StockBookie. Best in the business, been using these guys for years. If you're an active trader looking for a new broker, check out cobratrading.com. You won't be disappointed. All right, so daily chart, NVIDIA, 11.6 million on the day, 0.32% red, or 62 cents down today. But what a day it had. It was down, I believe, a couple bucks at one point. Yeah, a couple bucks. We filled the gap here at 191.54, bounced up off that, nice little scalp there, retraces back to almost the lows, and then boom, takes off. Something went on here. Bottom line, someone needed to get this thing above 195, and that's exactly what they did. Let's go back to the daily though. Daily, we've been talking in the last videos that the holding at the 20 MA and the 50 MA still below those, so it's a little bit weak. I mean, it closed right on top of the 20 MA here, but slightly micro bull, but in a macro bear setting until it gets above that $200 or this big red bar, and then this red bar, and then you got a gap fill up here. Some big red bars with volume, guys. You're going to need more than this to get through these bars here. So watch for volume and watch if this thing continues to make higher lows right here. This is the next line that this thing's got to hold. All right, so far so good, so no problems, but a little bit of a weak stance still, but still okay, still at the highs, but a little bit bearish pattern here with a little bit micro bull. So micro meaning smaller pattern, larger pattern is the bearish pattern. Then weekly chart. Weekly still above the 20 MA. There's that line where we connected the lows. So this one's okay, but now you have the big inside bar weekly pattern. So let's see if we go sideways for another couple weeks, setting up to go lower, or does this go another couple weeks and then start popping up, going through these trend lines or the pennant lines, and then getting above this red bar and that red bar. And you could tell, look at the volume on this. This is the weekly, and then look at the volume where it's trying to go up. It's not even close to what we had. So keep an eye on this one here, guys. Keep an eye on to see if we stay above the 20 MA. If we keep consolidating sideways, then we'll take a look at this on next Friday's close after the holiday season and all that stuff. But right now, guys, NVIDIA just kind of just kind of developing a pattern, guys. This is slightly bearish until it gets above this number here and this line there. Then you'll be more on the bullish side because you're above the MAs, and maybe it starts to go, because that's what these things have been doing. They go down, chop, 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 chop. The next thing you know, it shoots up. So watch for volume too. If it stays light, we'll probably end up in this chop zone. As long as we're above this trend line and above the 191.54, we're doing okay here, guys, and that's the gap fill. So all right, guys, that's NVIDIA, and the volume was okay today, nothing crazy, a little bit lighter the last couple days. It's been chopping around, but keep an eye on this one, guys. We'll see where it goes. But if the SPY, the IWM, the Qs, and the major indexes start to sell, this one will be heading lower, as well as the other ones we're going to talk about today too, which is AMD. So AMD, guys, popped above this area. I mean, great bearish pattern down in here, guys. Volume kind of getting lighter, chopping around the 989 areas. Like, all right, let's see if this thing develops for possible lower prices. Then, of course, right before that, they pop it up, get everyone excited. I think it was news on this day or something, most likely. We got above that 1086 area. Couldn't confirm. Held. Today had a nice down move and then a pop up. But look what it did too, just like NVIDIA. Filled the gap. And boom, we're right back up. And the gap was at 1028, and we went to 1054, and we still closed above the 20 MA. So they're trying to get the bulls on board here to try to get more people to buy this thing to see if they can pop it. But right now, still slightly bearish. You're still below the 200 to 50 MA, so that's in a weak stance. I mean, we're holding on to the 20. You're not above this big red bar again, so it's got to get above that red bar and start to continue going up into the 50 MA, and then you have all this resistance over here. So let's see what this thing does next week. We have a shortened holiday week, 4 days of trading, I believe. So let's see what it does on the weekly close. As long as it's holding this 20 MA, it should be okay. If it starts to slip and starts to get under that on the close, on the daily, then this could possibly come back in and retest the 1089 area or the 989 area, $10 area. So watch for that. Let's go to the weekly. Weekly, same thing. That's what it's holding at 989. That's the big pivot. You have another one down here at 9 348 or so. So that's going to be another area of support. So watch for that one down there too. We have a little bit of a doji candle here, but a little bit of a retrace. We never closed above that area. 1084 came right back in, so watch for that. Let's see where this thing goes next week, guys. I mean, it's the holiday week with the New Year and all that stuff, and Christmas and Hanukkah. I think Hanukkah's over now, but you just got to watch this one. It's still below the 20 and the 50 MA on the weekly. Just got to keep an eye. Inside bar, nice retrace, couldn't stay above. This is setting up for lower prices unless we get news or maybe earnings. Maybe it just sits here until earnings, and then maybe it gets a pop on that. But man, you start breaking this line. Look at this. This trend line on top, trend line on bottom. You're starting to break down here. Let's see if this holds this 989, 940. 48 area. That does not hold. I still think we could come down in here somewhere. $6, $7, $8 for sure. Like 8.28 for sure. If it comes down into this area here around 592, I will be going long NVIDIA right about 569 if we got there. So just keep an eye on this one. You know, go to the monthly. We have great support here too. That's what's holding this one up. If we get below the 20 and the 200 on the monthly, look how extended this thing is though. It's ridiculous. It's going to come in. It's just a matter of when, guys. Just like here, pops up, comes in, retraces, pops down. Let's see what kind of a pattern develops in the next couple months or couple weeks, and then we'll take a look at this one again. But we'll look at this one, on a weekly basis, weekly close. Right now, I still think it's a little bit weak, but the monthly MAs are holding this one up. So keep an eye on that one, guys, if you're bullish. If this ends up slipping below these lines, then you better just stop out and let this thing come lower. And then you could go long again eventually. But if the market sell too, that's going to exaggerate the move as well. So AMD, guys, a little bit on the weaker side. Just keep an eye. It was a nice pop and drop. Got everybody a little bit excited on this one. But we're still holding the 20, so that's key. And we didn't get below the gap window too. So let's keep an eye on this one going into next week, and we'll reevaluate come Friday on the Friday close. All right, let's go to Tesla. So Tesla, we talked about this, getting above the moving averages, getting above this little pivot here around 332.24. Got above it, went to the 50% retrace, and just couldn't keep going, guys. It was a nice 5-day push up. We had 4 days of pretty good consolidation, saying, wow, this thing could, if it goes a couple more days, this thing could definitely start popping up. And then you're looking at the 362 area to 365 area if it popped up. Right now we're a little bit weak. We did close below the 200 MA. We are at the bottom of this pivot here, this little red candle here. So we'll have to keep an eye at, do they gap this thing down on Monday? Or does support here from the moving averages hold this thing up and possibly push this back up and keep this one going? I don't know why it was moving up. Oh, the semi-truck news. So let's stick. I want to see a short-term retrace just to see where we're at on there, see where there's more support. So yeah, more support around 318, 323, 311. So we're going to have to see with this one if it holds. Let's see. What is it? The 20 and the 50 MA. If it holds that, then we'll have to see. If it comes through here, cuts through here, and starts going into the 313, into the 307s, and you better watch out. This thing could possibly crack and start going lower. This was another high flyer. It's been flying for a long time. I just want to stick this in there too. This is a fib. I'm going to stick it from this area down to this one. See where this is. Yeah, so we're trying to hold the 50 MA. That's where that great support there too, guys, and we went right through it. So let's see what kind of pattern develops. Right now it's just a retrace and another retrace coming to the downside after a pretty good move. So let's see what we get into next week on the shortened trading sessions. And I think Monday we have off because of Christmas, and then we'll see where this thing goes for the Friday close. Let's look on the weekly. We talked about this one. This was big for us. We needed to see some follow through, and we needed to close above the 20 MA. We did not, and it came right back in. We talked about this one. At least if it came up and closed around at 350, 351, then okay, it's a little more bullish. Let's see if it goes, or does it click over and just come right in? And that's exactly what it did. Still okay, still inside this bar. That's the big resistance up in this bar, especially around the 349, 350 area. And that's pretty much where it went to. Pulled back on the next following week. This week we closed right below the 50 MA going for this, or the 50% retrace going for the 618, and then the 50 MA down here at 3 1573. We were 1.95% red. We were at $6.46 down today, and it was okay for Tesla. I mean, 2%, nothing crazy, but a lot of times you almost engulf this whole candle. That's telling me you probably want lower prices to come in the near future. But we'll just see if this thing clicks and then goes sideways, and then maybe the next leg down. Or if we get follow through and get below this 50 MA come next week, then I'm thinking we could see more selling in here. We might. Gosh, I would love to come right here, guys. 245, 244. Holy cow, that will be a good area. But it's got to come straight down into that. And I'm thinking now, if we get some follow through, we'll have to look at it again, guys, because each way how it falls into this area is going to determine whether this thing's going to bounce or not, or how it sets up with a pattern here. It will determine the bounce on this level. I love the double bottom here, love the 200 MA, and you got a trend line. Gosh, even around 240, if it pierced and came in, and then boom, another retrace probably, and then another leg down. So keep an eye on Tesla, guys. If you're bullish, just tighten the stops. This one, you know how this one could be for bulls or bears. It could tear heads off, or it can just do nothing for a while, or it goes up and down 50 points in a week, on some news or something like that. Here's the area where I was looking at, the 242, 243. If this thing comes right into it, that would be a pretty good area for a buy. But I mean, look at these moves: straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up. We'll see where this one ends up, see what kind of a pattern it gives us into next week, into the end of the year. And the monthly close, too, is very important for these stocks as well. So Tesla, guys, we'll see what happens with this one. We wrote some calls on this one up in here, and so far we're up a little over 50% on them. We're about to cut them. Hopefully we get a little more downside next week. We'll cut those off, and we'll be done. They're out in January 19th. 360s, I think we picked them up at 550 or right in there, because I think they hit $2 today, or $1.90 or something. So we're doing okay on that one. We covered a couple trades today as well, and we're doing okay for the rest of the year, guys, or at the end of the year. So all right, guys, that's it for today. That's the weekend update on Tesla, AMD, and NVIDIA. Hopefully you enjoy these videos, and I'm hoping I'm helping some people out there. That would be really great to try to show people where these things may go. Just like Tesla. Until I saw a pattern develop, I want to see higher prices. Sorry about that, guys. A little phone call there. So, of course, at the end of the video. Again, guys, thanks for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. We had a real good year at StockBookie.com, and let's keep this going. We've been playing the shorting calls, shorting puts, and that's been really killing it lately. So, again, this is the weekend update on Tesla, AMD, and NVIDIA. Hopefully this is helping some people. And, again, thanks for stopping by. God bless. See you on the charts.